everyone. Welcome to this week's G News, the only show where you get all of your gay in just one day, with your hosts,
Celso Dulay
and Liisa Cohen.
This week on G News,
Apple is gay!
Woohoo!
Apple CEO Tim Cook comes out.
I love it. New York City Pastor says you can get Ebola from upscale sodomite customers.
Well, maybe he's just a little upset over the first ever LGBT inclusive ad, Frenemies, drag queens and coffee.
Republican Tom Cotton is taken to advertising for the NRA on Grindr.
All this and more on this week's G News.
Hey Lisa, have you read Bloomberg lately?
Tim Cook.
Yes. He's
Wrote
gay.
a letter. Yes, he's gay.
This is awesome news.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. He says he's known and he was never embarrassed about it, but it was just the right time.
Yeah. He says, so let me be clear, I'm proud to be gay, and I consider being gay amongst the greatest gifts that God has given me. He recently advocated for the rights for the LGBT people in Alabama.
His home state.
Yeah.
And actually he said, they're too slow on equality for the LGBT community. And he's like, look, let's just change this. Let's get going. Let's be proud. I'm here. We're here. Let's do it.
He hopes his coming out offers support for people that are trying to come out, also for the cause for gay rights and equality. Somebody who's at the helm of such a big brand, a public brand, and who's a private person, what an amazing and powerful thing that is.
Thank you, Tim.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thanks. Now everybody else, come on out.
Yeah, really.
Cook isn't blind to the possible backlash of his coming out.
Oh my God, it's Apple.
I know. It's Apple, it's a big
Apple.
deal. He's a big public figure.
And that's a huge target.
Yeah.
That's a whole huge bullseye on his
Well,
back.
he was right. And it's not a shock. But, and it's no shock, this first backlash from Russia. This comes from Vitaly Milanov. He's the politician that brought us the anti-gay propaganda law in Russia, creating all kinds of havoc over there for our friends. And
which is still law. I mean, he did it and it's there.
oh, yes. Yeah. Well, he's saying that they should, now that Tim Cook has come out as gay, that they should ban him from traveling anywhere outside of the U.S., especially to Russia.
Right,
because
he could bring to Russia the Ebola virus, AIDS, and gonorrhea.
Right. Little trifecta there.
We're not talking towels or anything crazy like that now. We're just talking just showing up and you bring all that to our country. Really?
Just him being on a plane, he's going to bring all that.
I mean, come on.
So he's also the genius that said he thinks that gay is not normal, and he akins it to somebody living with a dog.
Oh, right.
Or a horse or a sheep. So I don't think, they either don't have pets in Russia, or he's talking about marrying an animal. I don't know. It's hard to translate stupid when you're not stupid. So I don't know what he's talking about.
What, you can't make sense of stupid?
I can't.
You can't make sense of stupid.
Pastor James Manning of the World Missionary Church in Harlem.
And I love New York. So we love New York. Don't get us wrong.
Love New York. This has nothing to do
No, it
with,
does. It has to do with like a corner of a block.
This is one idiot saying...
He's back.
Well, he's saying that if you go to an urban Starbucks, which he thinks is ground zero for the Ebola virus, that those upscale customers are sodomites. They're sitting on their computers and they're talking to each other and they're shaking each other's hands and giving each other bodily fluids and passing along Ebola. So,
and this is not the ring with the needle in it from
no, this is
Pat. This
not
is
Pat
a
Robertson.
whole other thing. This
but
is
you know they're all sitting around a jacuzzi together. Manning, Robertson, saying, I don't know, what do you think? I think Ebola and Starbucks.
And he's outing people. He said that
Vladimir Putin is going to out President Obama. He's given him 100 days to come through with his prediction. So you have until November 12th to find out if his prediction will come true.
I'd watch that video.
And I think Vladimir's just biting his nails, waiting.
Oh my gosh.
Should I do it on the 11th? Should I do it on the 10th?
And how did they know?
I don't know.
Were they there?
It's pretty stupid. Where's my latte? Where's my skinny latte from Starbucks?
Manny has it.
So now, of course, it's the only coffee I'm going to drink, right? Because clearly you're not going to get Ebola from Starbucks, but you might run into a drag queen.
That's right. And this is why we think Manning was upset, because this campaign is amazing.
It's an amazing campaign. It stars two drag queens, Adora Delano, and RuPaul's latest winner, Bianca Del Rio. It's the first ever LGBT inclusive video made with and for the LGBT community.
That's right.
The network is called Out TV, and they were actually surprised that Starbucks let them do this commercial.
Well, Starbucks had to clean up their act because they've done a few things that just weren't very...
They were a little in trouble once
yeah.
with the gay community, and they got reprimanded.
We put the link
We love
below
them for that.
so
Yeah.
you can check it out.
Check out the video. The link's below.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
It's cute.
They're fighting in line to see who can get cutsies and get in line, and Bianca just serves it. She says no. It's a big deal. It's a big step forward for Starbucks, and we like it.
Yes.
And we say to Manning, you can't get Ebola from Starbucks. You stupid, stupid man.
Now, we talked about Grindr last week, and we're like, oh, politics, Grindr, that's a great idea, but no.
Well, not always no. So Grindr, last week we talked about how they did a poll on Grindr, and they had all this really interesting information, and that their numbers were more accurate than the normal pollsters.
Right. And that was harmless, kind of, sort of stuff.
This is a little bit different. A couple of people found these banner ads for Republican Tom Cotton, trying to get people to vote for him. Now, he's vying for the Senate seat in Arkansas, and he's
against everything.
He's against everything. He's against
equal marriage,
discrimination in the workplace. He opposes the legislation that would ban workplace discrimination for gays and lesbians.
Oh, and he believes that divorce, it's the woman's fault.
Yeah. A couple of gays were on Grindr recently and saw this banner ad with Tom Cotton saying, vote for me. And it's for a positive NRA kind of a thing. Oh. And they, of course, immediately got in touch with Grindr saying, what the hell is on my Grindr?
That just doesn't get me in the mood.
Wrong kind of gun. So Grindr took it off. And then Grindr said, I don't know how these ads showed up. And then the third-party marketing agency said, I don't know where these ads came from. And then Tom's people, don't know. Liisa and I think it was actually Tom.
Absolutely.
We think he privately funded because...
Well, he has an account.
He's got to have a Grindr account.
He's got to have a Grindr account. How do you know about this?
He's got to. Anyway, whoever is to blame, it's pretty funny. So, we just think it's funny and we're just sharing that with you. Cause
They took it off, though.
Wonder what else is going to pop up on... Maybe the 700 Club can have advertising on Grindr.
Ew. Moving on.
It's that time. Our favorite time of the show.
It is. Oh, I like this one.
It's Crush of the Week.
Crush of the Week.
It's really validating to know that we bring the same content as does CNN.
Or they watch our show.
Well,
and they're...
Maybe Anderson's watching
our show. Yeah.
We're talking about Anderson Cooper on CNN. He recently reported on Pat Robertson the same story that we reported on, except we did it first. Yes. So
actually, both stories we did first.
Yeah. Yes. So we think Anderson's watching our show.
Hi.
But we love you, Anderson, so you watch our show.
Yes.
Yeah. Come on the show. Give us a call. We're talking about the story that we covered last week where Pat Robertson was saying, don't go to Kenya because you're going to get AIDS from the towels in Kenya. We just thought it was interesting that it was the same exact content that we had here first. So you don't go to CNN. Just come here to GNews and get your news here first.
Anderson watches.
Well, we love Anderson, and we love the show that he's on there on CNN. Yeah. So that is why Anderson Cooper is our Crush of the Week.
Just look at him.
So I know it's not enough to have us talk about Anderson Cooper. If you're like me, you need to see him. Mm-hmm. So we put a link to the video, that segment from his show on CNN down below on our channel, so you can see his version of our news.
I like that. That's it for this week's episode of GNews, the only show where you get all of your gay in just one day with your hosts,
Celso Dulay
and Liisa Cohen.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. That way you'll never miss an episode. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Shit. Hey, Liisa, did you read Bloomberg? Bloom Bloom? That's my Barbara Walters. Bloomberg.
Bloom. Your host,
Celso Dulay
and Liisa Cohen.
Don't forget to wike. Don't forget to wike.
The wikey.
It's very important to wike.
Wike was. Can we do one more? Yeah, because I want a wimpy.
For some reason.
Well, that's it for this week's episode of GNews.
You might want to reference back the corpus callosum from last week, which makes us superior.
No, your superiority got one show. That's about it. We can. You want to do a little thingy?
No, just for the record, we're superior.
Yeah. Okay. So after all of that, because we were just rolling, weren't we? Oh, yeah. Okay. So who's superior? I feel like I've been smiling. My face is plastered.
Yeah, it's a little bit too much.
All right.
I think we should do a whole show where you just smile like that.
Just smile.